So it's time to continue with the BMP-1 platoon, and today I'll be driving the IS-3. Now the IS-3 is a upgrade over the IS-2, although it has the same 122mm main gun. It is fairly fast, fairly maneuverable. Overall the armor on this thing is very strong, probably one of the more armored vehicles in tier 6, but the main drawback of this vehicle is the main gun, which only penetrates up to 260mm on average, which is about the same as the IS-2 and the IS-4, IS-4M, or should I say any 122mm that's on these heavy tanks. But the vehicle is fairly maneuverable and time to see how it will perform in combat. Now, a lot of players have voiced their concern that the IS-3 is too strong for the tier. Honestly, the armor on this thing is kinda scary. However, it's not invincible. You can overpressure the IS-3 with a high explosive to the turret, and you can easily penetrate the lower plate of the vehicle. Also, the turret rotation speed isn't that fast, so you can easily flank the IS-3. And if you're driving the Yak Tiger T95 and similar, you can easily penetrate the lower plate or overpressure the IS-3. Even the Tigers can penetrate the frontal armor. The STA1 with Heat FS can also do the same. So you do have a lot of vehicles that are able to punch through the armor of this tank. Now, the side armor is spaced armor. You should avoid shooting the upper plate. You should shoot below the tracks. That's where you will not see any spaced armor. But the side armor is spaced, so don't avoid shooting the sides. The turret from the front is quite strong. The side and rear of the turret are very easy to penetrate. Again, you can outmaneuver this vehicle fairly easily. It has good frontal armor, but the turret rotation speed is really slow. Not necessarily not necessarily going to make the tank bad, but it still has fairly good armor. Now, when it comes to speed, I love the reverse speed on the IS-3. You can play it like the M6, which is the so-called trunk that I like to call it. Has a very good reverse speed, so you can take advantage of cover. You can use the side armor to bounce shells as well. And this vehicle is kind of played like, not exactly like a tank destroyer. I mean, you can play this vehicle as a tank destroyer easily if you want, but the main thing on the IS-3 is definitely the frontal armor and the reverse speed. Now, the main gun is more than enough, honestly. There are going to be vehicles that you're not going to be able to penetrate. You have AP-CBC, AP-HEBC, two of the shells that I'm using at the moment. You can also use high explosive if you like. I do use two AP shells because I wasn't able to pick one, I just had to pick both. I like the AP-HE, but I also like the explosive AP-CBC, so the ammo is definitely good. The ammo on this thing is definitely pretty solid. And it should do well enough in the tier. It's almost like the IS-4M. The IS-4M's main gun in top tier is able to do stuff, because in top tier you don't really have a lot of armor. In the lower tier, where you do have some armor vehicles, this gun can struggle, so you really have to aim for the weak spots. However, the accuracy, you know what's funny? Sometimes it nails like the smallest weak spot, but the other time it completely misses. So the accuracy of this gun is about the same, or should I say the same as the accuracy on the other 122mm guns on the IS-2, IS-4M and similar. Even some tank destroyers that do have this gun have about the same accuracy, so it's not too bad, but you can't really expect this to be laser accurate. It still does do plenty of damage when it penetrates. After all, large caliber APHE shell, explosive AP shell. Yeah, that's probably the best shells that you can use in this tier. How would this vehicle compare to the T-29? Well, that's what I'll be finding out in one of the next videos. I plan to compare the tanks, since I still kinda prefer the T-29 in a lot of cases, but this gun seems to be doing more damage. After all, it's a larger caliber and does have different ammo. But overall, it should be very interesting to see how both of these vehicles will be compared. At first, I actually expected the turret rotation speed to be much faster on the IS-3, but it's not too bad. It's definitely okay, definitely usable. And that was the first match. It's quite a relaxing vehicle to drive around when you are top tier, when you are in top tier, or should I say when your tank is top tier. It's kind of funny to drive this thing around. You can face tier 7 and tier 8 vehicles, by the way, and they will be able to kill you. So the armor will work really well while you are top tier with this vehicle, but the armor will definitely not save you when you're being shot by an object 120. That will just go through the whole tank. But let's go to the next battle and let's see how it will go. Now, depending on the... Oh look, a battle truck. I love how, when I played the first match, which this is actually the first match that I played in the whole day, basically. When I played the first match, I need to warm up. My my accuracy sometimes is not the best, especially when I wake up. Yeah, I did hit the wheel there. The truck lost the wheel. Anyway, you don't have good gun depression on the IS-3, which is to be expected. Usually these vehicles don't have good gun depression, and that's fine. So I don't really go to my other spot on the lower part of the map. You can definitely take advantage of the armor. Now this is a relatively new vehicle, and most players don't really know where to shoot it yet, so by the time players figure out where to shoot this vehicle, you can definitely enjoy dominating the battles with it. And again, the armor is good, but it's not invincible. You have to remember that. While you have good armor, you can still be penetrated from the front, so you still have to be careful. And once players figure out where to shoot this thing, it will be destroyed like any other vehicle. Now let me rush and go towards the zone C, because why not? The T-95, yeah, I need to be careful on the T-95. The T-95 can actually be a threat. I tried out to use the APCR on the T-95 and I've actually managed to kill something with it. I know, unbelievable. APCR killing a tank in one hit? Yeah, I've done it. And I'm proud of it, because usually APCR sucks and I don't usually use it. But I managed to get a kill with that. That's kind of funny. So, captured the base, let's move forward. And the IS-3 can definitely be used as a sniper, it does have enough accuracy for that. So I have no issues with that. The weak spot, basically the side armor around the first wheel, if you get hit there, your whole tank will blow up, and the ammo is stored on the front plates, I believe, and at the back of the turret. So that's usually where you want to shoot this thing if you want to destroy it. Now I kind of rushed. I yeeted in a way, because already kind of winning. Oh look, a T-95. Let me flank it. You can penetrate the T-95 from the side quite easily. just like that with any shell that you have, without worrying much about the damage, because it will usually one hit. The reload is about the same as you would face on the IS-4. The IS-4 and the T10 and the IS-3 do have the same number of crew members inside of the vehicle, and this is a big shell, a very big shell, so you can't really expect a fast reload, obviously, since it's a big shell and only one loader, so the reload will take a while. If your loader gets hit, the reload takes a minute, so that's one thing that you should also be careful around. Now let me see if I can hit the Tiger or not. Okay then, well, I missed the turret. I don't know how the first hit didn't kill it. I did hit the side armor, the frontal weak spot of the turret, the flat surface, but wasn't enough to kill it for some reason. Hello there. Obviously not going to penetrate the frontal plate. You shoot the Tiger 2 in the turret with this gun. Right here, and usually that's going to set off the ammo in the Tiger. Now, if this, well, I mean, I would be dead if that M26E1 did shoot at the lower part of the vehicle, but they shot at the side armor, and the spaced armor ate some of the shell, so I did not take too much damage there, because spaced armor does that. If you are facing the IS-3 from the side, shoot below the tracks, basically. Shoot between the wheels, to be more specific. Shoot between the wheels and this thing will be destroyed in one single hit. Or shoot the side of the turret or rear of the turret. That's where you have the ammo stored. Now, the Object 268. That's a terrifying, and that's a scary tank. The IS-3 and the BMP are okay, they're decent vehicles, but Object, yeah, that's a tank that I'm actually kind of worried that it is in tier 6. I'm actually worried that that's in tier 6 myself, since that thing, that's going to be basically the next video. I don't know what sequence I'll be uploading with, but the Object is definitely, if I haven't uploaded it already, but the Object is probably the next tank that I'll be uploading. So yeah, that thing is terrifying, let me tell you. That's a tank that I'm scared from. But it dies like any other tank. It just has insane frontal armor and has an insane gun. A longer 152mm with heat and AP, explosive AP, and that can penetrate almost anything in the tier. Probably the most powerful gun in tier 6 at the moment on the Object 268. But let's move forward. And we have yeah, they're looking at me. They're definitely looking at me. Yes, they are. Okay. And they shot. They should not have done that. And yeah, IS-2 destroyed. That tank has the same gun as I do, so we have the same shells, which is kind of funny when you think about it. And proof that this vehicle is not immortal. In a moment or two there is going to be a Yak Tiger popping from the front, and you can penetrate the Yak Tiger easily. You have to shoot the lower plate, but usually one shell isn't enough to kill it. That's the problem, because the Yak Tiger has very good armor and just spawn out of nowhere. I love that. I hit lower plate, but unfortunately that wasn't enough. The Yak Tiger has a big gun able to go through my armor without a problem. So yeah, while these vehicles are strong, they still die the same way the other vehicles die. If you have a big gun, there are tank destroyers that are able to penetrate the frontal armor on all of these vehicles. So they're definitely not immortal. They're strong, that's for sure, but they're obviously not immortal. So the match is about to end. I'm not going to be using this tank in this video, since there is no time for it. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. That was the IS-3. Definitely a very interesting vehicle. I like it. and I'll definitely be driving it a lot more. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe, and with that being said, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.